You're probably not gonna get in. Hi, I'm Angela Guido, the founder of MBA Protocol, and this is MBA Monday. If you've been on our channel for a while, hopefully you appreciate that I am as positive as I can possibly be, as supportive as I can possibly be of you and your dreams and your goals, and as circumspect and optimistic as I can possibly be about your chances of getting into the MBA program of your dreams. The strangest things happen. Even if your statistics are weak, you can still get into amazing schools. Even if your statistics are strong, you can fail to get into amazing schools. We're all on our own personal individual journey, and the outcome of your journey is going to be specific to you. I am a big fan of trying, of applying to business school. If you think an MBA might be for you, if you want to go to business school, you should absolutely try. And that is equally true if you are currently in your undergraduate studies and are considering applying to a deferred MBA program. But my first message for you in that position is you're probably not going to get in. And that should not discourage you from trying. So I'm going to talk in this video about what deferred programs are all about, why they exist. But the first thing to understand is that the way schools are thinking about deferred programs, the way those programs are structured, and the reason they exist in the first place likely puts you at a natural disadvantage, which is why these programs are among the very hardest to get into. Why did schools implement deferred admissions? Well, they did some research, and they found many years ago that there were a lot of interesting people that they might like to have in their MBA classes, but who weren't applying to business school because they got themselves into a career that had a totally different trajectory that took them away from business school. These are fields like science or hard tech, sometimes engineering or coding. People who started their own companies, people who were on an entrepreneurial path, and then people from diverse backgrounds, underrepresented genders, people who have competing life priorities that might distract them from applying to business school 3 or 4 years after college. Schools realized that if they gave them kind of a low-hanging fruit, easy opportunity to just lock in MBA admission at the end of college while they're still in the campus mindset, they'd be much more likely to matriculate in 2, 3, or 4 years when the MBA comes around. So what they're doing in the deferred admissions process is they're buying the option to have you as a student in their class when you're still completely green. This means they're admitting you before you've really proven yourself. Just think about if you're sitting in a Harvard or Stanford class. You're gonna be surrounded by the most incredible and accomplished professionals of your year, of your generation. And they will have been working for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, doing amazing things in their career. That's who your classmates are gonna be. And by applying to a deferred program, you're asking the school to decide that they believe that you're gonna be one of those people 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. The burden of proof on your part to show that you're worth the investment at this stage in your career is extremely high. But even if you can prove what a strong candidate you already are in college, if you're headed down one of the mainstream pre-MBA feeder careers like consulting, like banking, like private equity, there's a very good chance that schools will pass on the option to buy you today and instead expect you to reapply in 3 or 4 years because they know you're gonna do it. If you're going to work for a big consulting firm or big investment bank, the majority of your class will eventually be applying to business school. They'll expect you to be among them. And so they're just gonna let you ride and make a decision on you then. So if you're in a category of applicant where you know that your path is gonna take you in a different direction and you wanna consider business school now, a deferred program could be a really good option for you. And even if you're in one of these more mainstream categories of applicants where schools expect to see you again in a few years, as long as you apply to a range of schools and not just the top 2, as long as you consider applying to also Booth, also Yale, also Columbia, applying to some of the, the not top 2 deferred admissions programs, you've even got a solid shot there, because at that point, the school suspects that if you're going to work at Bain and you're a top performer at Bain, that Harvard will later be an option for you. If you like, beyond just subscribing to this channel and coming back every week to hear the advice we've got to share with you, you can even join our community and play our email game, which breaks the MBA application process down into tiny bite-sized steps that you can tackle week by week to advance your MBA dreams. You can sign up for our community down below at careerprotocol.com/join. I hope to see you in there, and I hope to see you right back here next week on MBA Monday, if you decide that the MBA is for you. I've already blended the concepts, and I've said, on the one hand, more than I needed to say, and on the other hand, not yet enough.